Let's talk about Medusa-config.js a little bit more. I will start with the environment variables. So here we have this fetch case, and it's changing the env file name property based on the not-env that is provided in the environment variables. And so let's just create a new file env staging and move the database URL property over there. Cool. Now let's go into the package.json and add this not-env property as staging. Cool. Now let's console log the env file name and let's assure that the env file name is proper. Now if we would run the yarn-dev command, we would see the env.staging in the console, as you can see. And so on the line 21, .env config just reads the environment variables based on the env file name. We also have an admin course and a store course, which is responsible for handling store configuration for the storefront and the admin panel. And we also have a Redis URL and the database URL. Now let's talk about Medusa plugins. As you can see here, you have Medusa.js admin added as a plugin, and we can disable it or enable it based on our choice. I also want to highlight that Medusa has a powerful community, and the community creates a new plugins like the payment plugins, integration with shipping, search integration, storage, and others like analytics. You can also create your own plugins, but we will cover it in the next module. So now let's talk about the modules. So in Medusa, you have a certain logic like event bus system or cache that can be replaced, and it's modularized for its reusability. So if you don't want to use the Redis for the cache system, you can build your own cache service and Medusa will use it. In the development phase, you can comment them out, but when you deploy and go to the production, it is recommended to use them to prevent from memory leaks. You also have GVT secret that will be used for generating GVTs, the cookie secret that will be used for generating cookies, store course, database URL, and the admin course that we have seen. You also have the Redis URL that we should uncomment on the production. If you want to see the full list of configurations in a medusa-config.js file, you should definitely check out the configurations page in the Medusa documentation. Now let's talk about feature flags in Medusa. So Medusa comes with the features that can be enabled or disabled. Some of them is enabled by default, like for example order editing. So by default you can change the order details. You also have some additional feature flags like tax exclusive pricing to change the tax behavior from exclude to include, and also some additional like sales channels and the publisher API keys, which is enabled by default. Let's enable some disabled feature flag, for example the product categories. To do that, we can change the Medusa-FF product categories to true in the environment variables and start our project. Now if we log in into the admin panel, we can add some categories, and even more, we can add multiple subcategories.